Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. Today's video we're counting down 10 super valuable coins that you've never heard of. When you think of big value British coins, you think of maybe the 1819 sovereign, the rarest sovereign, or perhaps the 1933 penny. However, you've heard of those. There are even some that are more valuable than those in this video. So we'll count down now the top 10 rarest coins, most valuable coins that you've never heard of. Starting with this one, a rather inconspicuous 2p piece with the words Newpence at the top. This is then from 1983. And you need this combination to make it very valuable. If it says Newpence on the reverse and 1983 on the obverse, then it is a error coin, as 1983 by then it should say 2p, as it was no longer Newpence. This error is then a valuable error coin, with the wrong obverse and reverse being matched up, giving it a huge value of £1,750 just for a 2p. But that is nothing compared to what we'll get to in this video, so let's carry on now and move on to number 9, which is the 1823 half crown, with the type 1 obverse. This is the type 2 obverse we see on screen now, and is a very common coin. You're sure to find it if you have some older style George IV half crowns. But the 1823 first reversed half crown is very, very rare and rarely seen. Even in low grades, it still will sell for thousands upon thousands of pounds. And here we see one in sort of medium grade for £8,500 online, and one in uncirculated grade can reach £13,000 at auction. A very valuable coin. Now then, moving on to number 8. In 8th, we have the 1827 penny, a very inconspicuous coin. Most of these old pennies are not worth much and are usually very worn. But this one from 1827 is a rarity. Not due to the mintage, we can see actually there are lower minted coins, for instance 1825. However, in fact, the 1827 is much, much rarer, as the values indicate. Even in poor condition it will sell for around £600, fine condition £1,500, £5,000 in extremely fine condition, and £15,000 for one in uncirculated grade. A very, very rare, scarce and valuable penny coin. Now then, moving on to number 7. In 7th place is an older coin made of gold. It is in fact the Richard III Gold Angel. A lovely coin. We can see on the left there an angel slaying a sort of dragon, giving the coin the name of Gold Angel, and a boat there with a shield on the reverse of the coin. A lovely, lovely design, but what is it worth? Well, it is one of the rarest hammered coins. As no mintages are kept for hammered coins, we can only guess how many there are, but one thing is for sure, there are not very many at all, giving it the selling price of, even in a sort of worn, dirty condition, you can see there's dirt in the coin and has been worn, £9,500 for this one here on this auction site, and a value of £10,000 to £30,000 in a varying condition, from £30,000 being the absolute best condition, as that picture is there. A very rare hammered coin. And now moving on to number 6. In 6th place is the 1882 penny. Well, a variety of 1882 penny. If we zoom in here below the date, all 1882 pennies have a H mint mark, as they were outsourced production that year by the Royal Mint to the Heaton Metal Works in Birmingham, and they put an H for Heaton there to mark that these were their coins rather than the Royal Mint coins. It was thought that all 1882 pennies had their H until this coin was found in 2021. And if we zoom in, we can see there is no H below the date. This is a Royal Mint 1882 penny, and is a very valuable coin indeed. Lot 175, which was this coin, had an estimate of £16,000 to £20,000, but quickly reached a lofty height of £30,000, and that is without taking into account the buyer's premium, which would equate to astonishing £37,200, an unprecedented amount for a Victorian penny. A really, really high auction price here for a very, very rare coin indeed. So be sure to have a very close look at all these pennies from 1882, and if yours does not have the H, then you could be in for some very big money, as we've just seen. Now then, we're halfway through, and in 5th place for this video we have the 1917 Gold Sovereign. Now if you stack gold and have sovereigns, you may well have a 1917 sovereign, but of course there is a catch. If we zoom in, yours will likely have a mint mark. This one has a P mint mark for being made in the Perth Mint, as a lot of sovereigns were outsourced production to the colonies and different parts of the British Empire, like Canada, Australia, India and places like that, South Africa, and they had mint marks. Now the one you're looking for has no mint mark. It's the London one, as we can see on screen here. If we zoom into this, we can see above the date there is no mint mark, meaning it was made in London, a British sovereign. A coin of course featuring the portrait of George V by Bertram McKennell. Now then, the reason behind these sovereigns is that they were all sent to America during World War I to help fund the war effort and the help they were giving. These were then stored in Fort Knox for a little while before being melted down into gold bars rather than keeping them as their sovereigns, meaning these 1917 London sovereigns are very rare. As you can see here, only 5 to 10 are believed to have survived the American meltdown. So then, this then gives the price of the sovereign at £30,000 for one in extremely fine condition. That was a few years ago, and of course, there may even be one in better condition, which I'm sure would reach £50,000 very easily. Now then, moving on to number 4, we have the 1945 3p coin, as we can see here. This coin was graded by NGC as MS63, a high grade, as it only goes up to 70. Also labelled MS, meaning mint state, as it was when it left the mint. Now, this coin has an interesting story. The 1945 3p was minted in quite a large number. As we can see there, 371,000. But below that, we can see nearly all 1945 3p were melted down. And it was thought for a very long time that only one existed. Until this tiny silver coin, graded NGC MS63, was found in an ordinary Whitman folder and then brought to the auction house as the second only known example to numismatists. So for all these years, it was just in someone's date run. It then sold for £62,000, almost 74,000 US dollars, more than double its pre-sale estimate. And that was in March 25th during 2020, so of course no bidding was allowed live due to the reasons listed there. But £62,000 for this coin is a very, very high price for a little old silver threepence, of which we all have many, I'm sure, but sadly not from 1945. Now then, the top 3. Bronze medal, 3rd place, we have a gold coin again. This is a Henry III 20p piece. And it is a very beautiful coin. We have Henry III, crowned with scepter and orb in hand, and to the left of his head we can see the 3 Roman numerals there for Henry III, and then a long cross design on the reverse with 4 flowers and a legend around. A lovely, lovely coin, but very rare. Only 8 are known to exist, and most of these are in museums, on exhibitions and stuff of the Henry III 20p piece. After ages since the last sale, one was at an auction in 2022, and realised a great price of £540,000, over £500,000 for a 20p piece. Not a bad return on investment, and that is a great, great price for a gold hammered coin. Now then, moving on to number 2 is the Queen Anne Vigo 5 guinea piece. A lovely coin in terms of design. We have the 4 crowned shields about the central rows with scepters on the reverse, and then the portrait of a Queen Anne facing to the left on the obverse. The Battle of Vigo was a British victory, resulting in the Spanish and French ships being sunk and their silver and gold being stolen and then turned into British coins, making some shillings and lower denomination silver coins, as well as this 5 guinea piece, of which less than 20 exist. Less than 20, and one was found in proof condition not too long ago in 2019. Here it is on screen, a proof Vigo 5 guineas. Now this sold for a huge price of £720,000 in 2019, probably now worth £750,000 for this lovely 5 guinea piece. Now then, moving on to number 1, the most valuable British coin that you've probably never heard of is this 1343 florin from the reign of Edward III. Now you may have heard of it as it is just so rare, but it is quite a random coin, an old denomination, to hold such a high value. But it does. We have a nice design here on the reverse with crowned cross, and a crowned and throned portrait of Edward III there on the obverse. Now then, this coin is in most top 10 most valuable coins in the world list, as only 3 examples exist, 2 of them found by school children in the River Tyne in 1857, and both of those coins are now housed by the British Museum in London. So none up for sale, none for the public to own. Until, in June 2006, a man metal detecting found the 3rd one, and that was sold the same year for £460,000, a record at the time. In today's money, £851,574.79, a huge value for this coin, which could now be worth over £1 million after all the sort of hype around the coin in the news and the media, and of course the rising price, not just inflation, but the price of the coin itself. So please do comment down below how many of these coins you'd heard of, whether you were surprised by some of the prices these coins can reach. Please as well do subscribe to the channel, as that means so much to us and it really helps us out. Thank you very much for watching to the end of the video, that is much appreciated as well, and we will see you again soon for some more coins on bits and bobs in the future. Bye.